Are you an adult yet? What age are you an adult? Why is there this awkward phase when you're leaving the 20s, get into the 30s, leaving the 30s, get into the 40s, even in the middle of the 30s, even worse in the middle of the 40s, dare I say 50, 60, 52, 62, 70, 80, 40s, middle age. Stop! There's so many numbers, and every single day the clock ticks and a minute is gone. I'm aging. You're aging. We're aging. And that should be cool. That should be awesome. That should be a positive. That should be a power move. But does it feel like it? That's what we're going to talk about. And what should we be focusing on, thinking about, accepting, realising as we get another year older? Because they say that middle age is around 45 to 65. Within that age, it's middle age. But what if you're about to turn 30? Oh, it's scary. What if you're just about turning 36? Oh, that's an awkward one. You're just about to turn 40. Oh, 40. 40. You're just about to turn 44, 45, 49. The last 49 before 50. It's scary. Especially if you feel like your life isn't aligned to where you should be at this time. That's what's hard. Because supposedly in the Western world, when you reach 30, really, you should have a marriage, a kids and a mortgage, and you're ready to settle down and live this beautiful dream that you manifested from the day you left school. You went to college, you went to university, you got a degree, you got a middle class paying job, and now you are accelerating in life. You've got a beautiful husband or wife. You've got a beautiful mortgage that you pay easily every single month. You eat dinner at 7 p.m. round the dinner table, and you all watch your favourite comedy or favourite sitcom before you all head off to bath and bed. Oh, what a life! Not how many people actually live that reality. It gets rarer and rarer. How many single 30-year-olds with no kids do we have on the call today? Hit the like button if you resonate. How many single parents do we have in the conversation? Male or female? Dads on their own, mums on their own, divorces. How many of you have been divorced? How many of you on a second marriage, a third marriage, a fourth marriage? How many of you have gone bankrupt, lost your businesses, lost your housing, lost all your money? How many of you are regretting not going to college, not going to university, not finishing that degree? I don't want to bring you down. I want to bring you up. But let's make sure we know who we're talking to today. And who's on the call. I'm talking to all of you guys who you know you're reaching another milestone in age and you're going, wait, where am I? And what does it mean to be adulting? That means trying to act like an adult, but you don't really feel like an adult. Because from my standpoint, I'm 36, but I feel and behave like a 12-year-old most of the time. I'm a free spirit, wild, neurodiverse individual with clear sentient abilities. So it's not easy for me to just go and act like an everyday normal person, just not full of love and light. And I like to skip around. I like to sing and dance and shout and have fun and be bubbly, but still work at the same time. And then I realise, oh, I'm looking like an old lady nowadays, hobbling around with my bad back and my bad knees at the age of 36. So maybe I'm not cool enough to even behave in that way anymore. I like wearing bright colours. Are these bright colours too much for the environment now? Because this is how I used to dress and this is how I still like to dress. But everyone else in this environment is very buttoned up and posh and wearing really dreary outfits. I like to look cute. Am I too cute for my age? Is me acting like a 12-year-old with such a free, positive spirit around the rest of my boring 40-year-old friends, is that a reflection of me or them? Should I be concerned that I feel like I'm still young at heart? Are we allowed to be young at heart? I like to party and dance, and I like glitter, and I like things that shimmer. I mean, I like to think that I'm going to grow up to be a cool grandma, granny, the crazy one who does crazy stuff. And I hope that I have granddad next to me who's also cool doing crazy stuff, and me and my husband are crazy grandparents who jump out of planes at the age of 80 years old. Why not? Provided legally we've signed the waiver and we're not going to lose our lives in pursuit of that radicalness at the age of 80. Why not? I love the wild, old grandparents who are doing out there crazy things. So this is really a message saying, firstly, don't give up. Your age ain't nothing but a number, right? But there are realizations we've got to have as we grow up. Okay, we can't really do that anymore. We can't really do that anymore. We can't be as free spirit as we really want to be all the time, because then we just get stared at like crazy people. Like if I take my siblings or family members or my kids to the park, am I allowed to slide down the big slide? Because I want to go on the slide too. Am I allowed to play on the merry-go-round? Am I allowed to race to the top of the climbing frame? Because I also want to do that. Like, I want to shoot people with water guns still. I want to fill up a bucket of water balloons and smash it into your face regardless of your age. I'm sorry, but I do. Let me know if this is different for you. Obviously, I'm neurodiverse, and obviously I come from a childcare and education background. I've worked with children for years, so I know about creating activities and getting stuck in and role modelling behaviour. If you're a good practitioner or you're a good parent, full stop, you get involved. Do you get what I mean? I'm not the kind of person to sit on the side and be a boring old lady sipping tea, a boring old parent sipping tea. Oh, my child's playing, but I'm going to talk to the adults. No, I'd rather roll around in the mud and make mud pies. Do you get what I mean? I'd rather get stuck in with the activities and the things that are going on. And actually, I like to paint and draw, and I've got a whole drawer full of Crayola. I've got crayons and pens and pencils and felt tips and rulers and rubbers, and I like to paint all over the walls. And my house is decorated with daisies all over the floor in the bathroom that I've painted on. My walls in my bedroom are covered with random creatures and species and jungle theme that I made about myself. My flooring in my bedroom is full of artificial grass because I want my bedroom to be a jungle when I step in. Now, that's not for everyone, but that's me. So, I'm supposed to be adulting because I'm nearly 36, but I like to be out there and different. And not even, I just like to be me, and I'm out there and different. So what is it for you guys? What are you sitting on? What are you stumbling across? What is the wake-up call that's like, shit, am I adulting or not adulting? Am I old, too old for this? Am I on the right equilibrium of spiritual age versus virtual age? Because I'm not going to stop painting on all of my walls. I'm not going to stop drawing and being creative. I'm not going to stop wearing bright colours. I'm not going to stop dancing like a crazy person while everyone else sits on the sides being boring old farts. It's not who I am. I like to have a laugh. I like to have a joke. I like to be a free spirit. I like to wave my arms and do Mother Gaia dances. I like to go into the forest and dance and skip around trees. I like to pick daisies and flowers. I like to poke my tongue out and do silly faces like I'm a 4-year-old. That's just me. I'm so sorry. I'm stupid. I'm silly. I'm different. I'm weird. But now I've got to be like, oh, hello, everybody. Oh, is this a gathering for 30-year-olds? Yes, I'm 36. Yes, I'm here. Oh, where do I sit? Oh, this is where we sit on the side and we just watch children have fun. We just watch other people do stuff. It's not even about children. It's about us as we grow. What are we doing? Architecture. Oh, this is a gallery. Oh, it's a dance class. This yoga. Better example. Oh, I like yoga. Everyone else is doing the crossy positions. My body can move in a different way. I want to move my body in a different way. I want to talk the way I want to talk. I'm so tired of, we must stay in this energy. We must be posh and we must be very serious all the time. Oh, we're all very classy people here. Oh, we're going to sit on the side and talk and gossip about our lives and our husbands and wives and our brothers and sisters. Did you hear what was on the news? Did you see the weather report? I don't give a fuck about the weather. I'd rather play in the sand pit. I'd rather make Play-Doh. I'd rather slap a mud pie into your face. I don't know. I'm shifting and I'm evolving and I'm realising I'm 36 and it's like, well, I still like to do fun stuff. I like to do fun stuff. Where are all the fun adults that still have a sense of humour and a desire to keep nurturing their inner child? Because I like to think that one day I'll have children and they'll be free spirits and they won't be overly serious and they'll grow up to make healthy contributions to this world because their inner child was nourished. Many of us, we go through spiritual journeys because we've been through trauma and abuse. I make a real conscious effort with like my family, like my nieces, for example, when raising them. I don't really see a lot of family at all anymore. I'm in a very different space in life. I'm adulting, right? I have to take responsibility for my career and my life and work on me and my dreams, which means being me in my own little hermit bubble. But I desire to teach and educate adults about how they should be looking after their children and how they should want their children to be free of trauma and abuse that we're trying to remove now. All the adults right now on this call, are you trying to revive your inner child? Because if you're trying to revive your inner child while putting restrictions on your child, do you see that they're only going to grow up to be like you with more inner child wounding? Yeah? Because I like to think that I've always been a positive, youthful spirit to everyone in my family, old and young. And the fun one, to do the fun stuff and create the fun activities and get down to the children's level and be there, have fun, teach people what it was like to be a child. Remind the adults of what it means to be a child. Have fun activities in life. Don't lose your inner child, because when your inner child is gone, what have you got left? Nothing but a depressive adulthood that you didn't ask for, right? That is why the spiritual journey begins. So how do we revitalize ourselves in adulthood? Where do we go? What do we do? I still climb trees. I'm 35 years old. I climb trees. Not going to stop. I can do what I like. We can do what we like. We should be positive influences in our lives, teaching children and our loved ones how to be healthy adults in unique ways. Funny how much I talk about children in this conversation, and I think, hold on, the children are over here, we don't need to bring them into it. But it's important, because when we study developmental psychology, then first thing we know and we understand is we come from child. Early years, adolescence, young adult, adulthood. It's the impacts and the memories and the lessons that we have that teach us where we're going. I like to think that I imprinted emotional well-being and spirituality, elements of oracle cards and tarot and spirituality on my nieces. And that one day they'll grow up to use those different spiritual techniques and emotional well-being tools to be more positive in reality and manage life. They're not my children, so I can't guarantee that. I like to think all the people I worked with as a practitioner in early years, working with children from all ages, they learned to be more resilient, and that I provided affirmations and words of assurance, and that I didn't talk to them and treat them like I was the adult in the room. You do this, you do that, you're the child and I'm the adult. Matilda, you're big and I'm big and you're small. And you're this and you're that and there's nothing you can do about it. That quote from Matilda. I hated that in adults. I hate that in adulthood. The adult, from what I've repeatedly seen, is always looking down on the child. The adult standing above the child, looking down, telling the child what to do. A real good quality childcare practitioner, what I've been taught in life, is you get down to the child's level. So you bend a knee, get down to the child's level so they can see you eye to eye in eye contact and you have a real conversation. You're in trouble, or what have you done? What do you need? Are you hungry? Instead of towering over the child and shouting down to them. It shows you have a lack of respect That's why we're all seeking healing as adults, and we all need therapy, and we're all fucked in the mind because people didn't treat us well enough in childhood. So think about how you treat your family, your children, and how you want to treat them. How you inspire them and motivate them to be positive adults in the world. Not boring muggles, but positive adults who have healed inner child. There's so much more we could all be doing. And how do we still have fun? How do we associate with people? I'm in the spiritual community because I like the idea of having a tribe. I like the idea of screaming and hurling at the moon with my witch friends, right? I like the idea of stomping on grass and beating Tibetan bowls and dancing around half naked with all of my shaman tribe. Do you get what I mean? It's about finding those people in adulthood who haven't lost their inner child and have boundaries and respect for all the unique individuals in this planet, and know how to go to safe spaces to raise their inner child up through spirituality, through oneness, through meditation, through gaming. Computer is a big deal. Gaming is massive. Technology is massive. Metaverse, VR, all of that. AMR, all the developments in tech lets you go online. Fortnite, you're logging in, you're playing your favorite games on the computer. That's when you turn into a big kid. Catch me slipping on Black Ops and you are going to hear me talking, what the fuck, I'm going crazy. Love it. Same with racing games. I turn into a big child. I want to win the game. I want to be the best. So think about your inner child and what you're doing to nourish it every day. Then think about the imprint that you're leaving on the world if you are an adult with children, and how you ensure your children are healing every day, are becoming a better version of you every day. The saddest thing I see that breaks my heart and always will is there are some parent dynamics, some family dynamics where the parent never has once desired for their child to be better than them. And I think that's rule 101. Every parent on the planet should desire that their child, their offspring, if you're really about it, your nieces and your nephews and your cousins, every child in your circumference, you want to desire them to be better than you when they get to your age. You want to motivate them and inspire them to be greater than you were. Because if you really know what you went through to evolve, the trauma you carried, the childhood abuse, the childhood trauma that you've carried in adulthood, you're going to make sure you want no child to ever go through that again. So you want to promote a really positive, healthy, healing environment so that child can flourish. They can be the next president. They can be the next prime minister. They can get a better paying job. They can have children that are even stronger and more resilient. They can be the world's greatest scientist, the next Einstein. I don't see enough parents letting their children really dream and believe in something bigger than what they did growing up. And that's the limiting construct that keeps creating all of this ancestral curse energy and all this limitation on the child that you have as an adult now, that you go to therapy for, that you read tarot for, that you seek healing on. Try and save your child before they get to the adult. Let's not wait for your child to get to adulthood and them to bitch about you about what you could have done better when you're off in the care home because they've willed you away, can't stand to see you. Be that parent they need now. Look at you and the inner child that you want to be or wanted to be. Because this is the point I'm going to leave on the outro. Go back to a memory in childhood, your favourite, where you dreamed of being this in adulthood, you dreamed of being that. This was your favourite thing to do, and remember it, and ask yourself, have I manifested that in the now? For example, I'm talking to you in this way, and I'm a developmentalist, studied childcare and education for many years now. It's my specialism, along with embracing a load of futurism into that developmental research, turning me into a futurist transhumanist, right? In current day, believe it or not, developmental psychology is unraveled into the quantum. Now I've got my spiritual gifts from clairvoyance over here with the futurism and stuff, and the evolution of a developmentalist in current day is transhumanism. So we're here, we're head on, collision. Why that's funny, because in my childhood, I had giant oak wardrobes that were shiny gloss. And I would spend most of my days, when I didn't go out, writing all over it, talking like Einstein, doing letters and symbols, doing philosophy, being a lecturer all the time, having lectures. I would even have a stick sometimes, you know, the long sticks that you point to the blackboard and say, this is that, yes, well, today we are teaching this and we are teaching that and this must be done. That was my passion at a very, very young age. And I'm now 35, about to be 36, freaking out about it. That's why I've come to speak to all of you. Are you freaking out too? We're going to make it. Tell me we're going to make it in the comments, please. Because I'm still manifesting that. I'm still living in that. That dream that I had from probably as early as 4 years old, when I said I want to be a teacher, and I used to help the teacher put all the name tags in alphabetical order and do all the in trays for children to put their names on it, and do all the filing registers in the office, and help the medical woman put on bandages to the children. I always wanted to be that teacher, that head teacher, that person that looks after stuff. Now in adulthood at 36 nearly, I'm building my own school that does this. I'm building my own technology. I'm building my own opportunities to teach in new ways, in line with today's society. So my inner child winning. And I don't want to give up on my inner child. I don't want to put my inner child in a box. I don't want to spend the rest of my days depressed and lonely because my inner child hasn't got room to be here anymore. Because supposedly I'm meant to be adulting now. Obviously, I have to shift and evolve, and I can't go around doing crazy fun shit that I used to do all the time, because I have to mature and understand that I'm old in physical movement at times, and I can't crawl into all of these crazy places and make magic happen like I used to without having a achy back for a week, piggybacks and creating all these dens and cocoons and tunneling, creating tunnels and forts and dens, stuff I like to do. I'm growing out of that. I don't need to make a fort in my bedroom right now in there with a torch eating pizza by myself at 30. I'm growing out of it. I don't need to turn my house into a massive jungle gym and swing from room to room using random things that I got in from parcels, random tubes all around the house, putting balls into it like I was back at work in early years. Some things just don't die, right? So I accept I can't do that anymore. I'm getting older in age. I can do it. No one's going to stop me in my house to be free, playing around with all my random toys, but I'm an adult is the thing, right? So how do I take my childhood dreams and the things that nourish me in childhood and still make me feel really nostalgic in adulthood and turn that into something really, really positive for me in adulthood and for all the other adults that still desire to not be a boring old shit? Yeah? How do we do that? And then how do we make sure we teach our children how to do the same things so they can teach their children and they can teach their children and we can all grow and evolve, you know? Think about it. Let me know your opinions in the comments. Let me know something you still do. Go on. What is it that you do that you know you probably shouldn't, right? Oh God, I can only imagine, right? Some of the cheeky things that we do that we know really you shouldn't do that. Like if it's just me, I live alone, I'm always still licking the icing and licking the spoon of stuff. And it feels really cheeky. And now, obviously I don't really invite people around, so it's fine. But I would just, if I'm going to go and have jam or like peanut butter sandwiches, which I still have at my age, yes, even though I'm British, I will lick the spoon, I will lick the knife, and I'll put it back in the jar. No one's coming to my house with peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, so I can do that, and that feels really rebellious. I'm like, oh my gosh, no one's going to eat this peanut butter other than me ever. I can just eat it. Like, oh, liberation. Like, I know some of us are delayed developmentally, bear that in mind, okay? It took me a long time to be on my own, living by myself, not catering to anyone else. So eating jam out of the jar and peanut butter out the jar is as rebellious as it gets for me. Let me live, okay? But bubble bath, where it's nearly overflowing the bath and I've got random things in the bath, fruits and different objects. I'm like, yay! I'm a big kid, right? Drawings all over the walls, crayons and felt tips lying on the floor, colouring in. Like I used to do as a child. I still love it. crystals and tarot and random toys all over the place, and I'm having fun. What are you doing to restore your inner child? Lego. I love Lego flowers, Lego puzzles, puzzles full stop. I love Disney. I love just watching Disney marathons some weekends. I just go, right, Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to snuggle up, eat ice cream and watch Disney. All the Disney classics, Cinderella, Pocahontas, Snow White, let's go. You know, what keeps you going? What lifts you up? When I'm in the park and in the field in the forest and no one else is around, and I know no one else is around, I'll just take my shoes off and start running around like a crazy lady, just doing all these cartwheels and rolls and spinning around and rolling on the floor. And God forbid someone just suddenly jog by and see a grown adult of 36 years old moving like a sociopath in the middle of the field. But luckily I've never been caught yet. But that's so liberating for me. Sometimes I just want to run around the streets doing my Phoebe run from Friends, because ever since I saw Phoebe run through the park like that in one of the episodes, I always have this like desire to do a Phoebe crazy run sometimes when I'm out in the forest. And I bite my tongue and hold it in just in case someone comes out of any bush or corner and sees me and I'll be humiliated. God forbid they catch me doing the Phoebe run. But the Phoebe run is so fun. It's just like you just let yourself go like a crazy person just running through the middle of the field. So we've got to be crazy and let it go. And sometimes we have to climb trees. So, like, I haven't climbed a tree in a good while now, but I remember one time sitting in the middle of the tree. And I'm well within my like late 20s. And I'm just sitting up there and I'm all covered and shrouded. And I'm like, if someone looks up, or someone comes underneath here, walks by and sees me, they're going to be really disturbed. Because I'm sitting like a monk, legs crossed in the middle of the tree, high up. And I'm not a child. It's pretty awkward. But I'm chilling and I'm happy here, and it's such a peaceful position. Should I get down and act like should I start adulting now? Or can I stay in this tree for another 20 minutes because I'm getting my zen on? Do let me know what you think, guys. Give me some adulting stories. Tell me more about your adulting journey and how it's been for you. Because I'm still adjusting and I'm not going to lose my inner child over this. I'm not going to lose my inner child. But people do look at me and give me the side eye and feel really snooty and uncomfortable. And I choose to just be me. Which isn't the perfect adult you desire to see in the environment. I'm so sorry. I'll try harder next time, or maybe I just won't show up again. I'll hang around by myself, dancing around naked in my fun room because I'm allowed. So let me know. How are you coping?